Yes, my friends, finally I got this. Hello guys, welcome. If you've already seen my channel before, welcome back. I am the Philadelphia Whovian. And yes guys, we're talking of that thing that has finally happened. Well, technically speaking, it happened in October. But hey, finally, I've gotten around to doing a video about this, and it's about the Faceless Ones, Doctor Who, the Faceless Ones. Oh, and I should warn you right now, guys, if you've not seen my channel before, hello, I am one of those degenerate YouTubers who sits in front of the camera and just talks. That's just pretty much what I do. So without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so Doctor Who, the Faceless Ones. Doctor Who, the Faceless Ones is a story from the Second Doctor's era. And the Second Doctor was played by phenomenal actor Patrick Troughton, who redefined the role as the Doctor. Of course, when he initially became the Doctor, he was met with very mixed reviews. Patrick Troughton was a respected actor, but he was accused of being, for quite a while, miscast. And after he was cast in it, Doctor Who was not described by some people as not being what the show that they loved, so they will stop watching it. Yes. Patrick Troughton is now the actor that is very beloved. He's one of the best doctors ever. But the fact is, initially, no. Even Patrick Troughton was actually aware that the show was probably going to suffer under his time because people would not forgive him for taking over from Bill Hartnell, or William Hartnell is that the case. He even was known for saying that he thought the show would not last 6 weeks under him. But it did go on to last for 3 full seasons, with the last season of his era having lower reviews, despite that it was a very good season. And the show almost got canceled after his time. Luckily, the showrunners or the writers fought for it, and we got the Third Doctor's era, starring Jon Pertwee as the Third Doctor. But yes, until the time, we've got the Faceless Ones from his very first season. As we know, with his first season, most of the stories are not, I'm sorry, not even most, all of the stories from the Second Doctor's first season are not complete. They were erased in some way or another by the BBC to make up for more room, and the only episodes from this season that are still intact, I believe, are just 2 episodes. 2 episodes of this 6-parter were still intact, and it was actually put onto a DVD set called, and I guess, The Lost Years, or Lost in Time, where it came to the first and second Doctor. There were a couple episodes, that were salvaged, and they put into a whole collection. And I had a good time watching that. And those 2 episodes I did see, and the telesnaps, or the CGI reconstruction that I did see, I overall did love this story. It was written by David Ellis, I believe, and Malcolm Hulke. And I really should do a video on David Ellis. I did a video on Malcolm Hulke. I didn't do a video on David Ellis. I gotta get on that. I really gotta get on that. Also, this episode is very noteworthy because it's the farewell episode of the companions, Polly and Ben. Now, Polly and Ben are the companions who were with the first Doctor when he regenerated. Yes, these are the companions that saw the very first regeneration. It was actually Polly and Ben. They're the first ones. So with this departure, it shows a very noteworthy time in the show's history, because this is the departure of the companions who saw the very first Doctor regenerate. And, in some ways it's quite emotional, especially when it comes to Polly. She was I love Polly. I like Ben too, but I love Polly especially. She was played by such a great actress, aka Anique Wills. And of course, yes, sorry. Ben was also played by actor Michael Craze, who's very good. So these 2 companions departed, but there was a third companion in this story, and that was the character of Jamie, played by the incredibly beautiful Fraser Hines. Talented actor too. Very talented. So those are the companions. The Second Doctor, it is literally, one of his first season stories that was mostly missing, has now been fully reconstructed in animation. Bam, hence the animation. And then also farewell of Ben and Polly while still having companion Jamie, played by Fraser Hines. So now that's a little bit what makes it kind of, really cool. But also what makes it good is the plot itself. Again, correct me if I'm wrong about the writers, but it was written by 2 really great writers. And it starts with Gatwick Airport, where the second Doctor's TARDIS lands in Gatwick Airport, right in the airstrip area, like right in that area. And immediately after they get out, they get, like, called after by the police. The Doctor says, "Scatter!" Sorry, that's just so funny to me. Scatter! Like, yeah, that never works out. But they do scatter, and what's great about that, this story is the first episode is still intact. So we see how in the very first episode, Ben falls down when he's running. Yeah, don't you love that when there are tropes? Because there's always that trope, of the woman falling down when she's running from something. But every now and again, TV's like, no, we're not going to do that. A male actor falls down in when we're filming. We're just going to keep it. And yeah, it's not Polly who falls, it's Ben who he falls when he's running away. And it reminds me of when Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, he fell down in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and the director, Alfonso Cuarón, just kept it in. It was probably so obvious that he just fell. And Alfonso said, yeah, let's just keep it in. Let's just keep it. This makes sense. It's natural. People fall. But I like when that trope is just defied of the woman being the one who falls down. Okay, so as they scatter, Polly goes off in one direction, and Jamie and the Doctor go off another, and Ben goes off in another direction. So, what happens? Polly goes into one hangar, I believe it's called Chameleon Tours. Chameleon Tours is a cheap way that young people can go and travel. Yeah, Chameleon Tours offers young people, like, 18 years old, to probably 21, 22, or 23, cheaper airplane tickets, as well as free, what's the term for it? Oh yes, postcards. That's going to come back again. Postcards. Remember that. So, free, cheaper tours, as well as free postcards, so they can travel at a more economical rate. Naturally, a lot of young people are going to, of course, sign up for this. And Polly goes in there, and she's in the hangar, and she sees a man get killed by a non-Earth, literally, ray gun that clearly has not been invented on planet Earth. And she able to leave in time. She runs into the Doctor and Jamie, talks about how she saw a guy get killed. And then the Doctor and Jamie say, okay, we're going to go with authorities. And somehow Polly goes with them and she gets captured. Yeah, Doctor and Jamie, you two did some very good protecting there. But of course, I understand why it happened. It had to happen. It had to happen for the sake of the plot to continue on. Where of a companion getting captured, It helps fill up the time of a six-parter. Okay, so Polly gets captured. And it turns out she's missing. So they go to the cops and talk about not only Polly missing, but also how Polly saw a man get killed. And they know for a fact that a man got killed because they went with her and they can confirm this. Well, it turns out Chameleon Tours was really not an actual tour line. Oh no. It was a tour of aliens who have been disfigured and disformed, and they have come to planet Earth to steal the young people so they can assimilate their form. That is it in a nutshell. And this whole story takes place inside of this airport. I believe, again, Gatwick Airport. And also, in this story, we have what I call the almost companion. See, one of the young men who got captured by these aliens, and replicated possibly, was this woman's brother. She came down to the airport to try and find out from Chameleon Tours what happened to her brother, because the police can't really find out what happened, but they know for a fact he did not arrive where he said he was going to arrive at. So she goes down there, and she really befriends Jamie. There's a bit of affection between them. And Patrick Troughton and Fraser Hines, who knew that Ben and Polly, a.k.a. Anik and Michael, were leaving at this story, they said, oh, she'd be a very good companion to be, fill in. But turns out she turned down the directors or the producers who actually asked her already if she wanted to be the next companion. She turned them down because she was afraid of being typecast. In that time, it was very easy for an actress to work on Doctor Who and then get typecast. So she did not want to do that. And it did work out for her because she ended up having a very notable career. But a lot of the characters in this are very, very good. It's a very compelling story. I personally really do like it. I don't know if it's universally liked or not. Let me know in the comment section if you know what most of the fandom thinks about this story. But I personally love it. And I was very happy, and I mean very happy, to see another of Patrick Troughton's stories get animated. Now it comes down to the animation itself, of the animation of the Faceless Ones. Was it good? Was it bad? Here we go. Okay, guys, so those people who watch my channel know for a fact that my favorite animation ever when it came to animated reconstruction was with, one, the moon base. I love the animation from the moon base. It was all very, very, like, great about showing the expressions of the characters, showing dimension, making it have a nice eerie feel to it. And then also the invasion. I thought that was very great animation as well. And then eventually my favorite animation after that one would have been Shada and the Macra Terra. Now, you guys know that I can't stand the animation to Power of the Daleks. You guys are aware of this. So I feared, what was I going to get? Was I going to get this, or was I going to get, pretty much, animation like the Macra Terra, or etc. and so forth, from the ones I do like. Well, actually, overall, I don't know if it's because I really love this story, or if it's because maybe I've got low standards at this point, but I personally, overall, love the animation from the Faceless ones. Yes, there were some things in it that were a little clunky. For example, I had this feeling, I was like, okay, I got a feeling they're not going to have Ben fall down in the very first episode when he's running, like it is in the, of course, the real version. And of course, I was right. They didn't have Ben fall down at all. I was like, should have seen that coming. Oh, well, whatever. And of course, like when there's characters who are fighting, it's a little, not very, it's not organic feeling. It's really not. But overall, I thought it still did a very good job of showing dimension. The cameras moved when the character spoke. Things weren't stagnant and stale. There was activity. There was action. The music was very good. And of course, I admit I'm a color person when it comes to the animation. When it comes to the live action, I love the black and white. When it comes to animation, I admit, if you can give me a good color version, I'm taking it. And I thought the colors to this were actually quite good. Overall, it was quite enjoyable to watch and to view. It was just overall attractive. And the fun, cute little part about this is, in the very first episode, you see the police, and you see wanted signs on their billboard. And you see a picture of The Master by Roger Delgado. So Roger Delgado's Master, he is, in the very first episode, he's posted on the wanted billboard. But there's another image of the Master from the current era of Sacha Dhawan. Or Sacha Dhawan. I'm bad with names, guys. Guys, I'm really bad with names. I'm sure I'm screwing up his name. Sacha Dhawan. See? I said it right. You just didn't hear me. Okay, yeah, so Sacha Dhawan, or Sacha. Okay, the actor who plays the Master currently in Doctor Who in Series 12. Great actor. And I will say this, even though I've not seen almost barely any of Series 12, I did get to see him as the Master, and he is phenomenal. I do not deny that. Then again, Sacha, is a great actor. I loved him in Outsourced. I loved him when I saw him in, An Adventure in Space and Time. I've always thought he was a fantastic actor, so I knew he was going to be good as the Master. But yeah, it's a little fun, like, cute touch here and there where you have Roger Delgado's Master on the wanted board and Sacha Dhawan's Master on the wanted board. It was a cute touch. It was a really cute touch. So, but yes, overall, I quite enjoyed the animation. If you like classic Doctor Who, you love the Patrick Troughton era, I think, and if you enjoy animation, like you can sit through the animation, this is one of the better ones overall to sit through. Is it the best? Who knows? It's all about subjectivity. Is it the worst? Definitely not. I've heard that Furies of the Deep has come out, and the animation was not nearly as good as this one. So I place my money that between that and Power of the Daleks, this is definitely superior to other ones. Again, I've not seen Fury of the Deep, but I definitely know for a fact this is superior by far to Power of the Daleks. So guys, have you seen the Faceless ones? Have you not? Let me know in the comments section. Also, my friends, just a thing. I admit, when it comes to the Faceless ones, I admit again, my bit of favoritism. I already came into the story liking it. So it might not be the most objective review, but we're all subjective creatures when it comes to what we like and don't like. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye, guys. Peace out.